Joining me now on set is Jamie and a familiar face. That's right, Ally Melendez is in the house. Welcome to you both. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. So Jamie, as I was sharing with you who Ally is, Ally Melendez is now going to be a mom.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
wanted to introduce her to this amazing product. She's been a correspondent on our show for many years, but now our new mom correspondent. And Jamie, you invented this phenomenal product. What made you decide to create Buckaroo Chew?
Well, we had a miracle baby because we couldn't have kids, and so we've been married 7 years at the time, and had accepted we weren't going to have kids, but we started going to this new church, and our pastor asked, do you want children? And I just was told him, like, well, it's not a choice, I can't. And he was like, you have a choice, you need to make a decision. So I did. He prayed over us. 2 months later, we were pregnant, and so we have our miracle baby, and I have horses and stuff. She loves chewing on my leather. And so I was like, well, we need to make this healthier. And that's how Buckaroo Chew came about. We found some amazing vegetable tanned leather, and it's so many, it packed full of minerals, calcium, magnesium, there's vitamins A, D, E, and C, and there's so many benefits to it, and it's such a simple product. It's amazing. So we found a way to make it safe and healthy and beneficial, and it's an all natural, so they're not chewing on plastics. So we're really excited about it.
And as a new mom who's always been concerned about health, Ally,
Yes.
what are your thoughts about that?
I just think it's incredible because there are so many studies coming out with like, oh, this is now toxic for kids and this is now toxic for whatever. And I'm just like, oh, it is getting so, it's great that I'm seeing all this information and all these studies, and it's great to have this knowledge, but it's also scary because sometimes there are too many options and you think you're doing what is safest and what is best for your child.
Yes.
Of course, it's what everybody wants. But at the end of the day, sometimes it's just too complicated. Sometimes there's too much, too many things like on the market. And I love the simplicity of this. I love this because even though I'm about to be a first-time mom, I always share new products with my sister who has 2 babies. They're really my first babies, my niece and nephew. But this is something that I feel like is going to explode, and definitely something I need right now just for this baby already. It's already kicking and doing all the things.
So what is the symbolism of the puzzle piece? Why is it shaped as a puzzle piece?
Originally, I actually wanted to do like a boot or something more Western based to fit the branding. But at the time, the only shape for the die cut that we cut the leather with I could find was a puzzle piece. But it actually ended up being so perfect because it has all the edges that the baby wants. So it has the rounder end so they can just like fit it right in their mouth, or it has the little bit tougher edges so that it can cut into their gums as needed without hurting them. And so it really just ended up being perfect. And now it's just, we only have the one shape currently. We just have the 2 basic products. We have the puzzle-shaped chew and then our chamomile tallow for reapplication, which is already on the chew itself. We work it into the leather. But this is for reapplication as needed because it does get worked out quickly as they're chewing on it. But that's it. Our 2 products, that's all you need. And it's so simple, but it's so amazing. And like I'll put this directly on my daughter's gums when she has her molars coming in. And I know how it works, but like it's so amazing witnessing it because she would be like screaming from pain. And I'd put it on her molars and she would just be like totally fine. And I was already selling it, but I was immediately like, I'm so glad this works so quickly. Like, and I'm already promoting it, but I love that I use it on my own children. So.
And less really is more, I feel like, right? Like
Simplicity.
This is all you need.
Yeah.
Some babies are so overwhelmed with the amount of toys that they have and the amount of access to things that they have when like my niece would prefer to just play with a spatula. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to adopt that sort of less is more with as much as I can, also because I just don't like clutter.
Yes.
So I'm like, this is perfect. It checks so many boxes along with just, I think it's so funny because I showed up here with cowboy boots, not even knowing, we would be talking about this. And it just like, that's so my vibe. So I'm very excited to adopt this less is more and definitely tell everybody about Buckaroo Chew.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's a leather product.
Yes.
Okay, and so let's go through what it is again. It is thoughtfully crafted. It is naturally made. It has simple ingredients. Chamomile infused tallow blend.
Yes.
Correct? Okay, and this is cute too. It says that it's also rich in protein.
Yeah.
So how does that work? How does that happen?
So we get the hide, and I actually I blend the chamomile tallow, and then I work it into the leather, the back of the leather, and it's by hand, and we use different things to get it as smooth as possible, and then we cut it into these shapes.
Perfect.
So that's it. It's we have the process down so we can get them out quickly. And people ask us all the time if we're going to do more products, but honestly, no. The only thing we're hoping to add is just a hole to it so people can put the binky holders in.
Okay.
So it doesn't drop. What else for that is that with the chamomile tallow and whatnot, it's just such a quick, easy, like on the go. You don't need to have a lot of options. As we were saying, the simplicity of it, of people try so many different things, but even this, like you can throw it in the freezer, which helps clean it also, and then it makes it cold. So they need a cold press on their gums as well.
Definitely. Did you try a few iterations of this before you landed on the specific, ingredients in this one?
Well, just the way it blends, because you can't melt it too much because the chamomile separates.
Right.
And so, and that's the one thing we're still working on in shipping, is that sometimes it can get too soft and it starts separating. And so that's still what we're working through. It doesn't change the quality. It's still safe to use and still shelf stable, but then people might have to mix it up a little bit.
I don't think anybody's going to mind mixing
natural
it up.
ingredients,
Yeah,
right? And I think that's not a big issue.
Yeah, but we got it really smooth. It's just a brown inside, so that's just chamomile and the tallow.
Lovely.
Perfect.
Yes.
Jamie, thank you. Thank you for coming all the way from Portland to
Yes.
be on this show. This is fun. It's a great invention, Buckaroo Chew.
Thank you.
Right? And even for teenagers, right, that we were talking about their molars, right?
Oh my God.
Do you remember how
Yeah.
painful it was when you were
Yes, every
I would have
stage.
totally
Yeah.
chewed on a Buckaroo Chew.
I do also want to say special needs kids also really use this because they need something to chew on and they're told to use leather, and so it's a safe option of leather. And we're patent pending, and we've gone through all the required testing for baby products, so we know it's safe and we stand behind the numbers.
Thank you, Jamie. And congratulations on being a mom,
Yes,
too.
congratulations
That's so
on your
great.
baby.
Stay tuned for more. We've been living it up. I'm Donna Drake, and we've been visiting with Ally and Jamie, and it's Buckaroo Chew. Be well.